Yo, 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 it is your boy HifiVega, and I'm gonna start a new series called Toolbox Tuesday. This is just gonna be tools that car audio guys might use. We're gonna discuss them, maybe test them. It'll be a bunch of the HifiVega stuff that you already like, mixed in with some car audio tools, because you guys know I'm a tool fiend. Now, that being said, we're starting with maybe one of the most important tools in a car audio guy's toolbox, and that is a multimeter. Specifically, this TESMEN TM-510 digital multimeter. Now, this one comes in at around 10 bucks. When they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try one out, I said absolutely. I'm always looking at budget stuff because that's what the viewers want to know about. So let's open it up, run through some of the features, and see how good it actually is for $10.
Yeah, I just want to be the greatest.
First of all, it comes in a nice little bag. That's a nice touch there. It does include Duracell batteries. The batteries themselves are, $1 or $2, so that's nice. It is a tiny, small little meter. I mean, pretty cool. And then, of course, you get the test leads. Other than that, that's what you got. Alright, let's give it the once over here. So it is a pretty simple unit. The power button turns it on. It is auto sensing. So we'll have to test that out for sure. But as far as the unit itself, it's got the overmold, which is a nice green. I do like that color. It's small, compact. It is very plasticky. It's plasticky and light, what you would expect. This is a $10 multimeter. One of the features that it has is a backlight, so that will help you in dark scenarios. It also has a flashlight. That's a pretty cool feature in itself, if you ask me. To long press to turn on and off the flashlight, and a short press to do the backlight. So now let's kind of touch the leads together. Okay, so it's automatically doing a continuity check for us. Now let's see how the auto feature works with a speaker. I'm going to get it in maybe a position that you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay. Alright, we're getting continuity, but we are not getting an impedance. Alright, so after having the issue reading the impedance here, I decided to go to the manual and see what's going on, and I think this explains it. So we're not within this resistance range. This impedance will be too low to read. So we should maybe see an overload as we go into this before it switches over to continuity. Yeah, you can see it right there. It does go to overload, so it's just not meant to read from speakers, with this low of an impedance. So that's a user error, not a piece of equipment error. Let's try it as a voltmeter. Using my little JY-NXT right here. 15.21 volts, no problem there. Now let's compare that to another multimeter that I often use. 15.15. 1.6, so we got a little bit of difference in the two, and that could just be the resistance in the leads. Maybe these leads are cheaper and you're a little farther off. 15.21. Now I've got another meter we can throw in the mix here. This is also another cheap model that you can pick up for around $20. Let me zoom out just a bit. This one is giving us 15.13. So we're kind of all across the board here on this. These two are much closer than this. This little one is reading a little high. So at the end of the day, can I recommend this TESMEN digital multimeter? It really depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it to check voltages, sure, it's fine. It works perfectly well for that. It's probably within a range of tolerance versus my other meters, so you're not going to be crazy off. doing it that way. It is auto ranging. That is a nice feature as well, especially for $10. Now, for use in car audio, I think the tool is a bit hampered by the impedance. It will not test something lower than 4,000 ohms. So that's not great for us in the car audio world unless you're doing repairs and you need this to use on specific capacitors and stuff like that. We don't have the range to check the resistance on the type of speakers and stuff that we're using. It does have a few nice features, the auto, the backlight, the flashlight. For household stuff, I think it's perfectly fine. It's going to serve you well. It's $10. You're not going to be sad if something happens to it. But like I said, for car audio, it's pretty limited. It's basically just a voltmeter. If you want a recommendation on a meter that would be better suited for car audio, I would definitely check out the Klein MM300. I believe they're around $40. Really solid meter, not auto ranging. It's quite manual as a matter of fact, but it'll definitely do what you need it to do. So that's it. That is my quick look at the TESMEN TM-510 multimeter.